don't really know what to talk about, but I know that I should probably talk. I don't normally do this sort of thing, and I don't know. I guess I've always wanted to have some sort of video where I talk about just random shit. I'm currently up on a high mountain. I'm pretty proud of myself. I climbed up to one of the tallest rocks, and I'm doing it in slacks, and I'm doing it in like boat shoes, and it's just one of those things. I'm at the Garden of Gods. It's a place where they used to film a lot of cowboy movies in Hollywood. There's a lot of like iconic scenes or whatever. It is pretty. I do love Chatsworth. It's probably my favorite part of the valley. So, yeah, I'm just out here. I'm just out here just to get away from everything and just live. I forgot how it was to climb a tree, you know? I want to just say that, I don't know, I think I've gotten really caught up in trying to be a corporate drone, trying to be successful, trying to create stability for myself. I guess in this moment, I realized that all of that can be just taken away. It can all just go away. Everything that you feel like you work towards can just be gone. And that sucks. But, you know, you're still you at the end of the day, I think. You have different experiences, you've gone through new stuff, but, you're still you. I thought that's what I really wanted was stability. I used to consider myself a more dangerous kind of person. I would want to do weird, crazy things, uncomfortable things. And then I just got so worried about being safe. And I feel like that safeness kind of, it just sort of took over my life. I don't know. I've always wanted to be one of these kind of guys who just gives an offhanded, off the cuff sort of video where he just kind of, I don't really have any topics that I can think of except for that I feel kind of sad. You know, I feel sad for myself, and I don't want to feel sad for myself. That I want to feel free. I want to feel excited and excited for people I love. I want to believe in a hopeful future. I want I want that I want that love reciprocated. It's been so long since I've really done things that like I don't know, just because like just drawing, animation, anything really like art related. I guess once I became a creative professional, I just started looking at the world in a different way and how to like maximize my own success. And, it can all just be gone and someone else gets to determine that. And I realize that, you know, it's those things that I love and care about that is what made me get those opportunities in the first place. And so, I don't know, I want to be hopeful about things. I want to. I really do. I think the world's in a really fucked up place right now. The American government's really, really just, and I get I don't know what to do, but I'm also almost going to be a 30-year-old man. And I have to figure out how to navigate this life without expecting that help from others. I just wish that people were more kind. I wish people didn't have to do things that go behind someone's back. I wish that I wish the world could be okay. Because I feel like if things were okay, I could be okay too. Yeah, gas is expensive, utilities are expensive, climate change, war, grocery prices, the job market, AI, all this stuff, and it's just bullshit. It all just sucks. And I know I'm just kind of ranting now, and I don't really have focus on what's going on, but like, I it sucks. Like, I don't want to have to think about all those things, but then I think about my own aging, my cats, my partner, all those things in life that I think are important, and wanting to save it and preserve it. And it's like, I guess, I don't know, I want to go somewhere out of the ordinary. I've always wanted to go to Antarctica. I've always wanted to go to China. I want to go ride a horse. I want to go fly a plane, you know? I guess as I get closer towards the end of my year, I always think to myself, man, I got to do something. And I think I've tried to do that every year. Except, when you lose stuff, you lose everything. You just can't help but be like, well, I guess that's just how it is. I don't really know what to say, except that I hope that if you're someone out there and you believe that the world sucks, I don't think you should. Maybe that's like total cliche thing to say, and I'm trying to find something cool, but I think the world doesn't suck. And I want to believe in that good world where kids grow up and they're fine. I can have security to live. My mom has security to live. All these sorts of things. It's easy to look back at different periods of time and ask, was it better anywhere else? But, you know, because I guess I'm living through it, this is still the best time to be alive. You know, I get to go up on a mountain and I get to record myself just say nothing. And that's totally okay. It's nice. It's pretty nice. I don't know. I guess I just needed to talk to somebody. And, you know, I'm trying to tell myself things. Like in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror because it can be hard. And I'm sure other people feel this way too. I know that a lot of the same things that I feel, other people feel all the time. And, maybe I can express it in my private circles, but, you know, everybody suffers through pain, suffering, grief, just being hurt, and then having to deal with that. Sometimes I just want to lay in bed and just go back to sleep. And I know that I'm sad when I have to cram food in my mouth just to be able to sustain myself. And I don't like doing that. I'm trying to move my body and be connected to how I feel about myself. I'm trying to be grateful for things that I have and people that are in my life. I'm trying to be grateful for the things that I know I can do and the things I know I can do well. And that I just haven't treated myself very kindly, probably. I'm being a lot very vague. I know that. I know I'm being still very vague. But, you know, I guess I just feel like I should just not care as much. That's something. When I was making art, I still curated how it was, and I spent so much time thinking about it, having to be good in some certain way, that I just didn't even want to share it anymore because I just obviously a lot of things, AI, my own discomfort with some other personal things that maybe I could say to make it more interesting, but I won't. Just feeling like I'm being judged. And I think about people's judgment a lot. I don't know why. I really shouldn't. I've been trying to take some medication to help calm my anxiety. I think it works. I think it works. It's definitely better than when I was doing nothing. But I'm still just trying, I guess. That's what life is all about. You're always just trying to be better. Some people try to be worse. And I guess it's how you mesh with other people where you're at in life. But I know that I am going to keep trying for myself, you know? I love art. I love drawing. I love painting. I like making stuff with my hands. I love 3D. I love 2D. You know, I love film. I like writing. I like making jokes. I like filming those jokes. I like editing, you know? I like being able to talk. I don't know. I'm just a guy at the end of the day, and I'm always just gonna be a guy to other people, you know? I guess I want to just embrace not caring as much anymore because I have everything I need to do something good and powerful and beautiful, and I don't want to be stopped by that. I don't. If you're listening to this, I don't know, maybe I would appreciate if you could just, I'm not trying to ask anyone or anything, but if you could just, I would like to know something exciting to do. Yeah, I don't know. I want to build things. I want to do things. I want to experience the world, and I want to get out there. And I know a lot of people do. I want my mom to do that. I want my partner to do that. I want my friends to do that. I want my partner's grandparents to do that. I guess I just, there are just some bad days that are worse than others. And those days are the hardest to remind myself what to do. But I don't know. I guess I believe that things will be okay. If for some reason you decided to watch this, thanks, I guess. And I know that you're probably struggling too, and that you'll be okay. And you have dreams, you have ambitions, you have hopes. And even if you lose everything, you have those things. You have those things that's inherent to who you are as a person. You have those things and you want to share that with other people. And you should share those things. I think one of the greatest things you can do is share something that you did with someone else. And when you get excited about something and you see the level of intrigue in someone else's face, yeah. Well, this is going on for quite a while, and I'm just kind of circling around the same points. But yeah, thanks again. And, you know, I'd like to have some topics that I could go over that I think are interesting. I have a lot of opinions on the world that I think are fun and interesting and weird and unique. And I don't want to be so, what's the word? Yeah, I don't want to be so overtly curated like I have treated my life. I guess that's part of the dangers of being online in general because no one really knows what's going on, what you're doing. You know, I could just fall off and that would be it. Not that that would happen, but it could. And so, yeah, I don't want to be overly curated. I want to just speak off the cuff. I want to just, I have opinions. I don't want to have to hide my opinions. I don't want to have to like hide how I feel. I don't want to feel like I'm, you know, I don't want to feel like what I have to say or what I believe is inappropriate because I have a lot of things that I believe so strongly in, you know? I don't want to go over a topics list or anything, but I believe in just, I don't know, I don't like seeing old women at the bus stop waiting with bags. I don't like seeing kids like have to eat fast food. I don't like seeing, you know, I don't like seeing debt or credit card bills or just all these things. I don't like that when I have to call somebody, it's an AI person, and I can't even reach out to someone in a very human way to be like, please, can you just fucking help me? God damn it, man. And I do use AI sometimes. That's the thing. And I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I always hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hate it just makes people work more. It does not actually make things quicker or faster. It makes people think that they're smarter than they really are. It makes people feel like they're more secure. I don't know, man. I don't believe that anybody is above anybody else. You know, when I go to Trader Joe's, I see like an old clerk, like an old man or an old woman. I think to myself that that person has dreams and ambitions still too. And, you know, they might paint, they might do art, they might do things in self expression. And that, like, nobody is ever above doing something. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it. So, no one is special. that you should take care of yourself. No one is special, but you should try to be a good person. You should try to respect other people. You should try to have empathy. A lot of cliche stuff I'm saying again, I know. But I just feel like I guess maybe I've done things that I've hurt people that I love and care about. I have. I've done things that are, you know, I'm being vague, but like I've stopped being friends with people that love me and care about me because I was upset. I try to fight for things for people who've hurt me and wronged me. And that sucks. You know, I used to think I was a very patient person, but I think I do hold grudges. I have spite in my heart, and I try to let that go. I think I got that from my mom. My mom would do this thing where she would put a bunch of apples in a room and a bunch of names underneath. That was really weird. You know, I guess it's in a way of like letting go of that negative energy. I try not to like see things in that sort of way. Energy, the universe. I do though. I do. I try to believe in that because I don't know. I think human intuition is really powerful. You know, I guess just living things have an innate sense of wisdom. Like my cats will know if I'm feeling bad and they'll come to me in a way that they don't normally come to visit me. You know, the way plants droop when they're sad. Yeah, I'm going off a tangent again. This has been 23 minutes. 23 minutes. I don't know if I should look back and look at this or whatever. I don't know if I should add captions or anything, but I don't know. I guess I just want to feel comfortable. I want to feel comfortable with myself. I want to feel comfortable with myself because I don't like myself. I hide my face and I'm like, I don't think I'm a bad looking guy. I get fucking weird, man. I'm fucking weird. Fucking weird. I have wandering eyes. I walk into a room. I'm like, well, where are all the fire exits? I need to know where the safest place is. But then I will say something like, well, this group, this group with this militia, what they're doing is, it's just protect themselves. Just protect themselves, protect their people. And I know a lot of people have a lot of emotions about these things and violence, but I guess I could have a whole conversation about violence. Because violence is crazy. It's a crazy thing that we do to each other. The act of killing another person is sad. Harming someone else is sad. Deliberately hurting another person, sad. You know, I just, but I know they're like, I try to be open about that, but I also know, yeah, there are real monsters in the world. There are real people who are thrilled by that sort of thing. And that's fucking weird. But, you know, there's a difference between self defense and I guess, the thrill of wanting to harm others. And I think a lot of actions that we do are in self defense. Yeah. Anyways, this has been going on for 25 minutes. I keep, I don't know. I say I don't know a lot. I say I don't know and I have a lot of filler words. I don't understand why I do that. But yeah, I guess I'm just I feel like I need to speak. I need to speak. I need to say things. Violence is a complicated topic. Children should never be harmed whatsoever. And it fucks with people for the rest of their lives. And if you've done something to harm a child, I don't know how you're going I don't know how you're going to live with yourself, but you should try to put out more good in the world than the bad that you've done. And I guess one thing that I've thought about a lot, maybe I can try to wrap this up because I'm just kind of going off my like, this is my fucking list of things. I have a long list of pretty, pretty firm opinions. But when I talk to people, I'm pretty like in the middle ground. But I always have strong opinions on things. But my opinions are always about, I guess, doing the right thing and things out of love. And I guess like I was probably propagandized in a positive way from the media that affected me. This idea of heroes and good guys and and even now like sometimes I think about how stories are not as important. We need to just live in reality and like I sometimes had a period where I was like I don't know if fiction is good for people, but when I look at the fiction that's touched my heart, I believe that it helped me understand things better than if I hadn't, you know? Even situations constantly that are happening now in the world, how we treat children, how we treat women, men's, you know, their inclination to just not speak until it explodes. Violence. There's a word that I'm trying to think of right now that I guess I'm trying to remember this word. It's a word where negligence. The worst thing I've come to realize as an adult is negligence. It's more harmful than violence. It's, I don't care, you know? People can lash out. People can lash out because they're emotional. But there's so many actions that are done through just negligence. Like getting an automatic email of you getting fired or laid off, not taking care of like ignoring your kids, your family, letting people talk in ways that you don't like, that are inappropriate or not okay, being silent in the face of being silent in the face of fear, I guess is a good thing to say too. I guess there's a lot of stuff where I think, you know, I don't know how to say this, but because I am going on this tangent now, but I feel like the world is so corporatized that at some point you're just going to end up going, you won't even realize it, but maybe one day they'll take all the freedoms you have and no one will care Everybody's apathetic and nihilistic, and you'll just get a summons to go to jail, and you don't know why, and you don't know. That didn't happen to me, by the way. It's just an example. I'm giving a 1984 esque, you know, analogy. Anyways, negligence. Negligence is pretty fucked up because, yeah, I don't care enough to stop this from happening. I don't care enough to stop someone else getting hurt because then I would have to embarrass myself or make myself uncomfortable. And that happens with people who are managers, people who work at the county, people who deal with credit cards, creditors, loan sharks, the city, judges, all this stuff. And we just keep pushing it further away with AI. I went to the Philippines a couple months ago, and something that I realized was that there's a lot of people working. There's a lot of people out and about. Sure, the city's all crammed up and their economy is shit, and that's because of the US. But like everybody, like there's a lot of work. There's a lot of people working and doing things and being, respectful and nice. And so it feels safer, you know? You could go to the store and there might be 5 people there. And that's something I think about where like I don't know, I feel like maybe these billionaires and oligarchs and these fucking nerds who want this sort of like perfect machine that is a partner, a friend, a lover, and a worker. Also, that will save them from dying and having immortality. They're staking on this so much while destroying everything for that. Yeah. My favorite thing to do when I go outside is talk to people, like strangers, just casually. I met a man at a Michael's who talked to me about his culture. He was Iranian. And he told me that this is before everything that happened, but that he was a Zoroastrian. And that very unique religion, I don't know much about it still. And I was curious. So I went and home. This old man, he's like in his 70s, gave me his phone number and he texted me a video to look up. And it's like those sort of interactions with people that I think is so important. Yeah. All right. Well, this is about 35 minutes. And yeah, this has gotten pretty long. So I think I got to end it here. And maybe I can record something else right now. But if you listen to any of this, I don't know. I hope you have a good day. I hope everything is good for you. And hope that you continue to try to do the right thing. And I don't know, give people grace, but also give yourself a firm feeling of care because you can't always give people grace if they're going to hurt you. And that's going to be hard, you know? That's life. And that in 5 years, you will feel okay. 10 years, you may not even remember. So, yeah, I'll see you later. Okay, so I did fall off that mountain. I did. I fell off the mountain. So, that's probably a better ending. So, yeah.